so happy today. For two reasons. I finally ended the Hellraiser series. And this movie finally feels like a Hellraiser movie. It had everything. I'm crying about how awesome the movie was. I'm not crying because of this franchise finally ending. I'm glad I finally got to the end. I feel like I've been here for months. But anyways, we have finally reached the end of this Hellraiser franchise, and I am probably never going to rewatch any of these movies again, except for maybe the first one. The first one is probably the only one of this franchise I might rewatch, and this one, which I will talk about. I actually really enjoyed this movie. When I was already kind of expecting it to be pretty good because Prey came out earlier this year, and I think it was in August? Yeah, it was in August, and that movie was awesome for being a prequel to the original Predator and just Hulu making it. And when I found out that Hulu was making a Hellraiser movie, I already thought that this movie would be at least enjoyable because I've been a casual fan of the Hellraisers franchise. I hate a lot of the sequels. Thank you very much. I think the original Hellraiser, I think that's just a classic, just being in a normal, just being like in itself and not having to be destroyed by its sequels. And when I just thought Hulu making this movie, I thought it would be pretty good. But let's get into my thoughts on it. My positives. I think my main positive, actually no, this wouldn't be my main positive. One of my positives is the opening to this movie, which is awesome, where this guy, like, this one girl, like, says to come to this place, and he goes there, and he's not there, and this guy who's pretty much like the guy from Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, and he wants to learn more about the puzzle box. He solves it, and then the guy, like, he takes it, and he puts it on a thing, and then in the background, you can see all the hooks just messing him up. That is awesome, and I think that's, like, one of the best ways to open this movie. And the puzzle box, lament configuration, it was awesome in this movie. I liked the thing where every time you solved it, it would need your blood, and, even if you solve it, if it doesn't get your blood and got someone else's, then they were coming for you. I like that, and like I said, every time, like, you solve it and they come and get someone else's soul or, like, kills them, it, like, went into, like, a different form, and then you had to solve it in different forms, and then until it got back into its original form, and then all the Cenobites can come and, like, arise, and then, like, the giant thing from the origin, like, from Hellraiser 2 that comes down, and, like, pretty much hell comes on Earth. And the practical effects were amazing in this movie. There is a little CGI, but I'll talk about that in a bit. The practical effects that they use in this movie, the gore in this movie, is just amazing. But I already kind of expected to enjoy that because Prey, they had a lot of gore in that. I consider Prey, like, the goriest of the Predator series. And this, I think, is at least second or fourth, third, at the least. Maybe third. The goriest of this franchise. And I love that. Chef's kiss. And the Cenobites, the new Cenobites in this movie, I thought they were awesome. They looked creepy. The prosthetics on them, the actors, the actresses, they just looked awesome. They're easily the best since the original. There is, like, one guy who, like, has his face stretched out. We barely get to see him very much, but the Cenobites that we do get in this movie are awesome. And Pinhead, they finally got a good Pinhead. Doug Bradley, he will always be missed, but the person that we get in this as Pinhead was awesome. Her voice, oh god, there's a bug over here, get out of here. Her voice, the way she looks, this Pinhead was awesome. Every time that Pinhead was on screen, my eyes were glued to the screen. I thought she was awesome. Now on to my negatives, the characters. I did not care for them. Like, the main character that we follow, I forget her name. She was just not even enjoyable. She was bitchy. She was, like, a drug addict. She kept getting drunk, and she would always argue with her brother, and then she would just have sex with this guy, and then all these other characters I just didn't really care for, and I actually forgot that they were even characters in this movie. Like, this one girl, like, gets all the hooks, and then she gets bent back, and Pinhead asks her what she prays for. Other than that, none of the characters were very interesting, and I really didn't care if they lived or died. And the CGI, There is some CGI that I noticed in here, and I just did not like it. It wasn't horribly distracting. I wouldn't say that this is the worst that the franchise has ever looked. Which I think the CGI in this, I think it's the best that it's ever looked. But some of the CGI here and there just didn't work for me. But this movie was awesome. I enjoyed this movie, and if they make a sequel to this, I might watch it. They did set up a sequel at the end, pretty much. And if they do make a sequel, I will probably watch it, but I am not going to review. I'm not going to re-review. I'm not going to watch any of these other goddamn movies. But this movie finally got back on track. This movie finally feels like a Hellraiser movie. This is the second of this entire franchise that I will say that you go out and buy it. Feels weird to say go out and buy a Hellraiser movie. All the other ones I just say stream it or skip it. Feels weird, man. But I did enjoy this movie. If you guys enjoyed this movie, let me know in the comments below. We will talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you loved it and you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button and bell notifications so you will get notified for my latest videos. But until my next video or review, see you next time.